Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Caliban. It's a tier 8 British heavy tank. It's located on the eastbourne of Airfield and it's under the command of Twist3dRaptur3. Now this premium tank was in the Christmas boxes, so if you don't have one then you probably weren't lucky, but I'm sure that Wargaming will try and put it on sale at some time or other. So make a bundle, because everyone wants to buy a premium tank that was in the boxes and they didn't get one. Well, this one actually, just get it right. Okay, it's got a big gun, a 152.4, which is basically a 6-inch gun as its main armament. It's got 850 alpha and it's a 2-shot autoloader with quite a long reload. You can see 35.9's coming up to Twist3dRaptur3. The book says 38.35. So he's got his first shell in and he's loading his second shell. Now there is an inch-clip reload time of 3.75, but it means that if you get 2 of these shells to connect and you do 850 alpha each time, 1700 hit points of damage, just like that on the enemy if you pen them both with an average roll. But you could actually get even higher than that, so you could take down an enemy heavy tank with 2 lucky shots. Now he's waiting for somebody to go into the pocket at the moment. Hopefully our teammate there won't go forward and block us. Well, he got a penetrating shot straight away on the Emil 1 and he'll be regretting that now because he actually got hit directly afterwards and taken out by the Scorpion. You can see that alongside Twist3dRaptur3, as usual, is Oppenheimer. He's in the Object 252 view. He's decided to go up and side scrape the enemy, but he just took a massive hit from one of the enemy tanks, and I think it wasn't a defender, it was somebody else, possibly a tank destroyer at the back. Now he fired his first shot there, and second shot hit, and he connected with the Lorraine, and he did get a kill. Now I suspect that the first shot on the Lorraine probably did connect as well. Whilst I was looking out on free camera, yes, he actually was getting a shot lined up on that Lorraine. So he's got his first kill of the game, and he's now up to 935 by the book, but I think he's actually got more. No, he's not fully loaded yet. Still waiting for that first shell to go in. Oppenheimer's still blasting away with his 122. And now Twist3dRaptur3's ready to unload on the Tiger 2 or Caliban Action 10. Well, he's actually going for the Tiger 2 because it's an easier way to pen. The penetration's 180mm. The Tiger 2 is fairly weak on the armour at the rear, and so by actually hitting him in that particular spot, he made it easier to get a pen and took him out of the game. So 2 kills now for Twist3dRaptur3. Caliban Action 10 goes down to the T56 Scoper. Now, we're still loading. You see I'm using a new reticule which actually shows red if it's not loaded, and then all of a sudden it turns white when it does. Yep, so it's actually helpful to know when you are ready to go. Okay, it's just waiting 22.44 seconds for the second shell to go in. If you want to have a look at the Caliban and the developments of it, you can actually go to Armoured Archives. There's a great channel on YouTube where Ed Fisher goes over the various, Ed Francis, what am I saying, Ed Fisher? Sorry, sorry Ed. Where he goes over the various designs, and another kill, this time the T-34-3. So that's 4 kills now for Twist3dRaptur3. He did have to use both shells though, and Oppenheimer is taken out by the defender on the enemy team. Yes, so if you go to the Armoured Archives, Ed Francis has got this great channel which actually explores the development of these British tanks. And although this British tank was designed, it wasn't put into production. as many of the designs which actually have appeared in the game, including the GSOR 1008. That was a design as well, but never got put into production. Of course, Wargaming likes to put into fact tanks, new tanks, premium tanks, which they can then flog. It's how they make their money. Oh, another hit, but non-penetration for the VK. And the second shot actually finishes him off. Now you notice he's mostly using the standard HG, but he does have some premium ones as well. And they've got 600 alpha, but much more penetration, 292mm, so you can take on tanks front face to face. Whereas these ones only 180mm of pen, but they got more damage overall. Okay, we're ignoring that hawk off in the distance, but can we get a shot? Yes, he can. Well, he gave up on that because it's not loaded anyway. Now, there was a tank destroyer. I think that tank destroyer actually did hit Oppenheimer, the one ISU 152K, the premium ISU. And I think he hit him earlier in the game because we did see Oppenheimer lose 750 odd hit points very, very quickly. And I'm pretty sure it was that guy firing from the back who did it. And now, well, Twist3dRaptur was going after him, but unfortunately it's just a little too late. The Scorpion got there first. And there's only 3 enemy tanks left now. The Striv S1, the Object 274A and a Hawk 30. The Hawk should be fairly easy to kill. Very thin armour, very easy to wipe out. He's up on top of the hill, on Temple Mount. He's scanning around to see that Striv, because he's up there as well, or was seen up there last time. Top speed of this tank is only 33 kilometers an hour. It's not particularly fast, but then it is a heavy tank, weighing just 43 tons. That's quite a light heavy tank in many ways. Well, he started a cap to force the enemy to come back. Does he want to expose himself by going around the corner? Well, he wants to have a quick look, see if he can get a shot on the Striv if he suddenly turns up. He's effectively egging them to come and have a go at him if they think they're hard enough. Oh, they're capping! Somebody's gone in the cap at the other end, and my guess it's the Hawk 30. And he's doing it to counter our cap at this end. But of course all it's doing is attracting our teammates to go and have a go. And if the Scorpion finds the Hawk, he will finish him off. And there will be a reset. There's the Striv. He's coming into view. Now, the difficulty is we're going to be firing at the front of him. And his armour... Oh, well, he hit, but didn't get damage. Second shell does, and that's a pen. 861 is a high roll. Oh, but we've been reset as well. The Hawk was reset, so we pulled back into cover now. Now that Striv has got a deadly 105mm gun, which is very accurate. He's decided to shoot through the buildings if he can to try and get a reset on us. He's probably already got a defender. Now we have to dial in, but we've been spotted. Oh, we got hit again. Now the Striv has been killed by the Scorpion. And that means now there's only 2 enemy tanks left. The Object 274A and a Hawk 30. Oh, somebody saw him. And there's the 274. And I think he's probably an inexperienced player. Oh! Twist3dRaptur made a bit of a boo-boo there. He tried to fire at the 274 and he fluffed the shot. Now that means the 274 is going to get some shots at him where he won't be able to do anything about it when he's still loading. So he's decided to scarper, which might encourage the 274A to chase him. Now he should turn his turret to the enemy now and get ready. That's better. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Now. Wow. right into his engine bay and blew him to pieces. That leaves only the Hawk left. He wasn't killed by the Scorpion, but he is still alive. And no, he's out of the game now. He's just been killed. Just got wiped out by the Scorpion, and that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first ace tanker for Twist3dRaptur in the Caliban, the tier 8 British premium heavy. He managed to get a Reaper badge for getting consecutive enemies kills with consecutive shots. He also picked up a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a sharpshooter for getting 10 or more consecutive shots on the enemy, a master gunner for getting 5 armor penetrating shots in a row, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7. He got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. He got a tank sniper for getting the most damage at a distance of 300 meters or more. And on top of that, with that last skill, he also got a top gun for killing 6 enemy vehicles. I missed that one because we're watching for the Hawk to find out what was going on with him. The win rate with that game was 11,071, which is very good indeed. Super income and quite a bit more. And it's very difficult to get good results with this tank because it's so peculiar. That long reload and of course the fact that it is basically firing HE rounds, which are almost artillery shells in a sense. But anyway, let's have a look at team score. The highest damage was 5,341. Nobody else was really near him except Oppenheimer, 2,974 hit points, and he was getting that mostly by side scraping around the heavy alley. The third highest damage in the game actually went to a Barask with 2,824 hit points. When it came to kills, yep, Twist3dRaptur got that one with 6 kills. 4 kills went to the Scorpion, and then 3 kills went to the ISU 152K on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it's, yes, Twist3dRaptur. He's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,714 went to him. That's a high ace tanker for Caliban. 929 went to Oppenheimer, and 901 went to the Barask. He fired only 12 rounds in that game. 11 of them were direct hits on the enemy and 10 of them penetrated. Yes, so actually when I said there wasn't a penetration, it probably was actually, because he was probably getting very low roll, it appeared at the time. 5,341 hit points of damage, of which 2,161 were a distance of 300 meters. So lots of long range shots. He also received 4 hits from the enemy, and 2 of them were penetrations to non-penetrations. 280 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 6, and did 465 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 144,188 credits, got 72,094 from personal reserves and 50,000 for completing a mission, so that game alone gave him 266,281 in total, and after repair and ammunition resupply and consumables, he actually took away 209,157 credits profit. 2,571 XP for the game, times 4 for the first victory, 257 for this being a premium vehicle you actually had to buy, and 2,571 experience from personal reserves, so a grand total 13,112 experience points altogether. He says Caliban doing Caliban things. Well, yes, but very efficiently, and not everybody has learned how to play this thing well. It does take a little practice, and quite a few people I think are finding it, if they do have a Caliban, that they don't know how to play it properly, because you do have to have a lot of patience to actually make it work. Let's have a look at the armor. Okay, well, you can see it's a heavy tank. It's got heavy armor right up the front. We've got 130 millimeters on the upper plate, 196 with the angling. Lower plate's 130 as well. Not quite so well angled, 226 off that one. You can see that the armor's fairly light just around where the driver's port is. Driver's on the left hand side. It's a British tank, so we drive on the left. And, well, yeah, I suppose. And you can see that joint there. It's only 52 millimeters of armor, but it's actually coming out effectively about 160, mainly because it's flat piece and well angled. Sides of the tank, 35 millimeters, same at the rear, 41.8 is the effective armor. You can see that there is space plate over the tracks there, which actually acts as spaced armor. So if you are going to fire into the side of the vehicle, you're going to have to get through 70mm of armor effectively because of the spaced armor that it's actually having to get through as well. Sides of the turret, 18mm coming out 83. It's nicely well angled. You can see it's almost rounded there. The bustle where the auto-loading mechanism actually works, 70mm from the side, but you can see from the front it's actually very effective because it's 145mm there. So if you aim for this area here to try and get through and hit that mechanism, yeah, you're more than likely going to get a bounce. So it's not really profitable to hit that spot. It might be better to try for this spot here than to try and go for the top of the what you call the faceplate of the tank. But of course it does have a cupola for the commander, and yes, unfortunately that is a fairly good and prominent weak spot. 65mm coming out to 78.5. The rear and the sides of the tank obviously are vulnerable. The rear of the tank is only 35mm, which is the same as the sides, and that's all the way up there. And the back of the bustle is 50mm directly there. Remember, that's where there's going to be an ammo rack for the auto-loading mechanism. Well, the sad news is, I'm afraid that Wargaming haven't shared the modules with anyone, so we don't know precisely where everyone is, but we can take a guess at where some of the people are and what they're doing. The driver is on the left hand side of the vehicle, as we've already indicated. There's the driver's viewports. It is a British vehicle. We do drive on the left, therefore that's where he would be automatically. And we can see that the commander is actually in this cupola up here, but he's also doing the gunnery work, so he is also the gunner, shares that duty. And on the left hand side, or right hand side as we're looking at it, of the turret, that's where the loader is, and the loader is also the radio operator. So I think what we're actually looking at here is that's why it takes so long for you to load these shells. Not only are the shells very, very big, probably 2-part ammunition, but the commander is actually having to do 2 jobs, and that's why he's got a big cupola with lots of viewports. And the loader rather, is also doing 2 jobs because he's shoveling those shells in, and that's why they take so long. They're big, heavy shells, and of course he's also got to operate the radio. So the radio is probably somewhere near the actual turret for him to do that. We can also surmise that as it's got an auto-loading mechanism, that the auto-loading mechanism is in the bustle there, and so that's definitely going to be in that spot. We can tell as well because it's a British tank, it's a rear-wheel drive, therefore there is an engine at the back, and probably it's sandwiched between 2 fuel tanks at the rear of the vehicle, and that means there's probably a ammo rack or another ammo rack for store of shells down below in the actual hull. And I would not be surprised if there was also an ammo rack up front near the driver for him for long-term storage. So yes, I think that's where everything is in this vehicle, if we can take a guess, and hopefully someday Wargaming will actually share the actual locations with everyone. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. It certainly was a very good one for Twist3dRaptur. He came out with a very good result for a Caliban. Pretty surprising, really. And a first ace tanker as well. Congratulations on getting it. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.